Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new here, thank you for joining and watching some of these crazy situations going on here. And if you're new, go watch the videos. And yeah, yeah. Some of them are funny, some of them are sad, some of them are just crazy. Sorry for this lighting, it is horrible. I'm still trying to figure out. My bed is in a weird middle spot, so it's like I'm limited to like where I can record. So this lighting is just like super weird. Super weird, like super shady. I don't know. Um but anyways, I want to say thank you for joining me. I'm going to just do this quick. I know I said I was going to do it before. The shirt's really weird too. I don't know, like it's supposed to be like a oversized I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. But anyways, so I was like, oh, let me just wear this for a video, you know? But I'll put this right here. Yeah, I've been saying I'm gonna do like a prison story, and everybody keeps saying like, they want to see a prison story video. So I was like, okay, might as well just do one now instead of doing like all like pregnancy videos and just do that. Like I'm not trying to do all that. So anyways, today's video is going to be about I wasn't sure what to do, so I was like, okay, like what seems interesting? Because I mean, I do have a bunch of stories, but they're all like short or I don't know. I couldn't think of any, so I was like, okay, might as well just talk about my experiences um with getting strip searched because I've gotten strip searched in prison before. Mind you, I was never in prison, never in prison as an inmate, okay? But whatever. So there's been two separate times. The first time, this was while we were at Salinas Valley State Prison. I think that is no, I don't think. It was the place we were at the longest, and it was the most dramatic probably place we've ever been at. And when we started going there, it was 2000. We got married 2013, 2012. Yeah, 2012. Maybe 2011. I think late 2011 is when he got there. And then we left 2000 and he got out 2000. Oh God, 2020. I think we were there until 2016, 17, 12, let me see. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, we were there until like 2017. So we were there for a while. And so I got to meet a bunch of different fucking people. Visitors, not really, because I didn't really talk to anybody. COs, a bunch of COs. I think I don't know. I think people that visited there were there like long timers. And so like most people that I knew that were there for that long, they talked to the COs too. I think you kind of just you build this relationship, not I don't want to say like a friend, but just I guess like a friendly relationship with them, they're not that much of assholes to you, because you've been there for like a long time and then you've seen them like every weekend and whatever. So when we started going there, it was horrible. Let me just start off with it was horrible. Let me just do a whole little Salinas, I guess. It was horrible. Like I'm talking about the worst place we have ever been to in the sense of visiting, because that's why now, you guys, I'm like, you can wear that. You can wear that. You can wear that. You're wearing the what? Because back then, like literally, this would have been not acceptable. Like literally, this is not okay. I remember when I went there the first time, I didn't know what to wear, and I kept seeing. I think at that time it was like what was it called? PrisonTalk.com, and it was like a bunch of family members. It was like a forum situation, and you could go in there and like get information if people had updated it or whatever. So that's where I would get my information from. And all I saw was like things like you cannot wear anything like showing your, any skin or whatever. And so I'm like, oh my God, like what do I wear? And I was scared. So every time I went to a prison, even after that, everything had to be like, if I went the first time, I literally wore like fucking shirts up to here, like a t-shirt. because I was like, let me just go. Why do I look like a chola? This is why I hate my face, because I just can't look cute and like cutesy cutesy. You know, I don't have a little girl's face. Whatever. Ugh. So, anyways, I wish I had like a little, like, oh, fragile little face. Not this masculine ass face. But anyways, what was I saying? Shit. So yeah, so I wore like, I bought, and I was coming from LA. I don't know why I keep doing this. I look funny. So I had like a t-shirt. I had bought a Batman t-shirt. Like it had like, it was black and it had a Batman. I wonder what happened to that shirt. It had a Batman logo. I'm not a like a comic fan or anything, but I was like, I'll buy this, whatever. So I bought this shirt in Universal Studios walk, whatever it's called. And I had some sweats, like oversized sweats. So I went. Luckily, I wore that because they actually let me in. So that's what we had to wear. I had to wear every single weekend that I went. I couldn't wear anything that was like this because y'all ass was getting sent back. You couldn't wear any type of pants that showed any type of curves. Everybody literally wore like oversized pants, like saggy pants or like sweatpants that were just like oversized. Like you couldn't get away with nothing because the COs were so mean and they just didn't give a fuck. Like they was doing whatever they wanted to up in there. Certain shoes you couldn't wear. I think now, and I saw it over the years, you know, like over the years they changed. Like it just started, you know, it's like you could wear this. The last time we were there, I mean, females was wearing like this, and you're like, if I would have wore that, they would have not let me in. And I don't care how long I've been coming here for. They exactly why they would tell me not to wear this, because I'm over here like this, you know? And I saw girls with like skin colored leggings. I'm like, oh, you look naked, girl, from far away, you know? And it just, you know, over the time, like if you were a curvier girl, like they would not let you wear certain things. So it kind of sucked. I always just stuck to my sweats and my, you know, I would wear like t-shirts, but like tighter t-shirts, or I would, you know, I always had extra clothes in my car just in case, because you never knew. But anyways, yeah, that place was horrible when we first started. And then over the years, you know, like it got better and whatever. I like the people there, but there was somebody very special. Somebody very special. Why am I shiny? Very special. Like, I wonder if he would ever see this. Anyways, um, and if he does, he'll know who I'm talking about. He knows I'm talking about him. But anyways, so around, let me see, were we married? I think we were already married. And if you guys visit prisons, I don't know how it works now, but let me know if this still happens. I don't, you know, whatever. There's a squad unit or whatever, and they were all black. If you didn't know whatever, they were like all black, and they will literally just come out the fucking nowheres, and they will stand in the front and just like stare at people. At least these fuckers would. They would just come out and stare, you know, like just look. And then sometimes they were looking for somebody specific. Usually if they're in the room, you guys, now I'm guessing now, but usually if they're in the room, it's because they're looking for somebody specific. Like they're not just there to just be there. But these fuckers were, okay? Like, they would just come out and be like, you know, whatever. And I am the kind of person, like, I get nervous no matter what the fuck it is. I don't care if you're going to give me $100,000. I'm going to be nervous because I'm just I have anxiety. Like, I have issues. And I just get nervous about every fucking thing that is not a routine, I guess. You know, like, if it's not normal, like everyday thing, I get nervous. But even after so many times, like these fuckers still made me nervous. Even went to the point where I could like talk to them and everything. I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck you doing, and I don't like it because you gonna come out with some shit out of nowhere, and I don't like it. But anyways, so that's how it all started. You know, they come out, you know, they're just looking at everybody. They're looking for somebody specific. They will go up to where the IDs are at, look for whoever they were looking for, or they would be like, is somebody visiting, blah, blah, blah. Which, mind you, when you get into when you're put into the system that you're there, I'm guessing they are, I don't know how that works. I don't know if they call them or they just, you know, they get an alert like, oh, this person's coming to see them, or they get a tip from another inmate saying let me use my case. Oh wait, they wouldn't even call them. But anyways, they would be like, this person's getting a visit Saturday, December, whatever the fuck, and they're gonna bring shit in, right? Which, mind you, a lot of the fucking times they would do that and I'm just gonna say, because if he's listening to me, you're a dumbass. Because people would say this to distract, como se dice, like, to create a distraction. So whoever was bringing in shit, bitches, like, y'all were missing it because you were over here looking at my dumbass when I was even doing shit. Like, you guys, they literally used me for no reason. So basically I was being used. I'm like, I didn't do shit. Anyways, so yeah, so they would do that, and they would whatever. But okay, so these people, so there was two guys, I should say their fucking names. And I have a love-hate relationship with this man because he was cute. I should not say this because then, whatever. But why not? He was a handsome man. He was handsome. If you're seeing this, he probably won't see this, but who never knows, because he was a little obsessed with me anyways. He was always trying to arrest me for some reason, but whatever. Okay, no. Okay, no. I'm getting too ahead of myself. See, there's something wrong. That was not the first time. I'm sorry. Sorry. Well, anyways, let me rewind a little bit. Let me fucking rewind a little bit. Let me rewind. Okay, so we got married 2013. We had our first we got married. When did we? Wait, what? March 2013. We had our first family visit. That same year, but like in September, November, or something like that. I don't even know. August or something. I don't remember. And so I was, I think I've said this story before. And I was wearing, because you cannot wear anything wired. You cannot wear anything wired to prison. I bought like this lace bra underwear situation. But so I was like, oh, I should be fine, like whatever. I go through the metal detector. This fucking thing goes off. And I'm like, oh, shit, those, right? Because I'm like, okay. Here I go being all nervous and shit. I was already nervous for going there in the fucking family visit. And now I'm nervous because I'm like, what the fuck is going to happen now? So they're like, okay, try it again. So I was like, all right. So then I tell they call, the squad ladies were the ones that did the whole scanning you through, family visit. So the family visit coordinator checks all your clothes or whatever. And then the squad chicks, like, they usually do it. Or if it's a guy, they'll check your stuff too, and they'll like look and see what you have or whatever. So this time it was a girl, and it was a Mexican girl. She was really pretty, and I was like, I could see all the dudes trying to talk to you, ma'am. But anyways, and a lot of these COs were Mexican, so she was a bitch. Like, she was a bitch, right? And she was like, I was like, oh, I think it's my bra, because I remembered, I was like, my bra had like little class. I mean, no, they're like little metal. They weren't metal. I thought they were plastic. Little hoops or whatever. And I was like, oh, I think it's that. She's like, oh, try one more time or else you're going to have to get stripped. And I was like, can I just take it off? But she was like, just go. And I was like, okay. So I could have fought her, but I couldn't, because or else her ass was going to fucking kick me out or be like, bitch, strip church or whatever. So I did, and it beeped again, and I was like, well, I think it's my bra. She's like, okay, well, you already failed it 3 times, so we have to do a strip search. And I was like, bitch, I fucking, whatever. And I was like, and so you have to agree or deny it. If you deny it, you basically don't go into your visit. And I'm not sure about family visits. I don't know if, like, you cannot visit, like, within a certain time. But I do know, like, regular visits, if you deny it, you cannot visit for a certain amount of time. That was back then, you guys. So I don't know about now. So I was like, okay, fine, like, let's do it. And I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? So I was nervous about that, but then I was like, let's just get this shit, like, done, whatever. So she calls, and there was like girls like walking in, I think from their lunchtime. So she got one of the other squad girls, and she's like, hey, because there has to be 2 people. They're like, oh, we need to do a strip search, blah blah blah. So they do like a paperwork, and then you have to sign it saying like, yes, you agree, whatever. Did that. Then they walked me over to across the street, and I think if you visit in Salinas, you know what I'm talking about. Across the fucking street is another building, like the office building. So they walked me across the street and they're like, okay, turn. And the thing is, they walk behind you and then they're like, turn right, turn left, turn this left right here, this door right here. And I'm like, oh, fuck, why am I? And I swear, guys, it was a Friday, so people are working there. And so there was people walking around and stuff. So I think this is a specific bathroom that they use for fucking strip searches. So one of them stood by the door, and the Mexican, she was like a half black lady, so I don't want to be like the black lady. Can I say the girl with the curls? The girl with the curls was standing by the door. The Mexican girl, I could call her Mexican, right? The Mexican girl, can I say the bitch lady? But she was cool, but she was a bitch. Her ass was the one over there. So she's like, okay, you're right here. There was like lockers and like a bench, and then kind of like a high school bathroom situation, like no, like a gym where lockers, a bench, and then across the way it's like bathroom stalls. And I was like, oh my god, I have to pee. And she's like, oh, like you can't, like you have to wait. And I was like, oh, you could watch me, like you could literally watch me, you know, whatever. But whatever. So they're like, okay. And I was like, because I'm nervous, so I'm like, I have to pee, bitch. Like, well, luckily I didn't get the shits, because I was like, you know, sometimes you get nervous and you're like, so anyways, so then yeah, so they start off with like, okay, I'm gonna name an item and you're going to take it off and hand it to me. And I'm like, can I just like, you know what I mean, like just fucking just do it. I was so nervous though, because I was like, okay. And she's like, okay, like a sock, okay, take off the other sock. And she would grab it and like touch it and fucking shake it. And I'm like, bitch, if there was something in there, you would know. So then, you know, take off like to the point where I was like a butt ass naked up in there, right? And she's like, okay, you now you're going to, this is a lot of info, okay? This is a lot of personal information that maybe whatever, I don't know. This is the whatever. How do you say it? Warning. I don't know. So warning, too much detail. Maybe trigger warning. I don't know. Maybe trigger warning. Maybe, yes. So then they're like, okay, so now they had a fucking mirror, and I was like, okay, the fuck the mirror for? So she's like, you're gonna squat down, and we're gonna like you're gonna put the mirror, and I was like, oh damn girl, okay. So squat down, you put the mirror, they look up in your fucking JJs to see if you're hiding something. Then you squat down and you basically are an inmate. You squat the fuck over, squat and cough, hold your cheeks. And I was like, girl, my arms are not that long, okay? So it's like, I can only do my best. So then she was like, okay, that's fine. And she's like, okay, you can get dressed. I was like, can I pee now? And she's like, yeah, you know, get dressed, whatever. So I put on my clothes on. She's like, yeah, she's cleared. She told the girl she's clear. And then I was like, I told you it was my bra. So when I gave her my bra, I was like, and she's like, oh yeah, it was probably this. And I was like, I could have taken it off and then we would have been fine. Like, we didn't have to do all of this, ma'am. Like, we really didn't. So after that, I was like, you know what? At this point, if y'all want to search me any other fucking time, like, I think I'm good. Like, can it just be you? Because you literally just saw every fucking thing of my life. So yeah, so even so that happened. Then, you know, I got dressed, I used the bathroom, they walked me over and they're like, okay, you're good. And then they let me go through. Eric was like in the little house already, and I was like, do they fucking strip search me? He's like, they did. I was like, yeah, because they thought I had, I don't know what the fuck they thought I had, it was my bra. And so then he was like, that's crazy. I was like, you know what, everybody and their mamas already saw my ass, literally. So at this point, it don't even matter. And this was like him seeing me for the first time anyway. So I was like, done, everybody seen me naked for the first fucking time up in this bitch, right? So then that was the first time. That was the first fucking time. Then, okay, so then here comes my friends. You know, all this shit starts happening with my friends. You know, they're hanging out. I call them my friends because I was like, basically at this point, I'm like, y'all my friends because y'all, you know, whatever. Eric used to get so mad because he'd be like, oh, da, da. And I'm like, basically they're my friends because at this point, so anyways, I'll tell you guys why I say this. So they start coming out, you know, whatever. Things started getting kind of crazy around that time where like you heard a lot of people bringing in stuff, or like there was like all these rumors, they were probably true, like drugs, cell phones, and all this shit. You would hear all this, and you know, people talk, so you would just hear all these things and you'd be like, oh my god, like whatever. somehow I became a target. Somehow I became a motherfucking target. I became this fucking person. And it all started because my friend, I'm gonna call him D, because that's the start of his name. D dot A something something. And it was him and then his partner, Mr. H. I'm gonna call him Mr. H because I'm not gonna say their names because then somehow they're gonna sue my ass. So there was A and H. So H was nicer, like he was really quiet and he would just sit there and he had like that stare of like, I'm watching you and I'm like paying attention to everything you're doing and just quiet and wouldn't really talk to you. He would just be like, he would just walk in. He was bald and he was kind of short. But he was nice though. He would actually like, once after a while, like he would talk to me or whatever. But he was me like AIDS. I was like, whatever. So he would walk in and you just knew like he just meant like seriousness. Mr. fucking A was an asshole straight the fuck up, okay? Mr. A, you was an asshole. He would walk in and he would just walk like he was the shit in the room. Like you could feel it. Like he was just like the way he would look at people, like it makes me laugh now. And I would laugh sometimes because I'm like, are you the owner of this prison? Because you seriously walking up in here like you own the, like you was in Hollywood and you were just walking up in here like you own the place. Like, okay. So, and it all started with, good morning, Mrs. Aguirre. And I was like, fuck, you know my name. And then in my mind, it just like, I was like, good morning. And I think they do this just to see how you react, which I'm like, bitch, I'm nervous as shit. I'm about to shit my pants. Like, why are you talking to me? Don't talk to me. Like, I didn't do shit. Like, don't talk to me. And yeah, that's how it all started. So then when he would see me, he would be like, good morning. And I'm like, good morning. How are you? Even though I was shaking in my boots, and I'm like, what the fuck y'all go? Like, I was just waiting for him to like come at me, with something. And he wouldn't, and it like every weekend I was there, I'm like, here he comes. So me and my friend Susan, like we would just stand there and he would talk to Susan too. Hello, good morning, Mrs. What did he call her? I think he would call her by her last name because she wasn't married, and I think he would call her by her last name. And he'd be like, oh, how is Garcia? Because that was her man's last name. And then he would do shit like that. Like he would be like, how is Aguirre? How is Garcia? And then we'd be like, oh, they're good, because we were always like, me and her would like, mind you, she didn't have a good record being there anyways before me. And then, here I am and I'm like, I'm just minding my business. I don't know nothing. I don't know shit. So, so here we would come and then, whatever, together every time we would visit. Sorry, there's Luna. We would show up together. Like we would drive and then we would like meet each other and we would walk up. We always kind of had the same appointment times. It'd be like, you're going at 8:30? Like, yeah, I'm going at 8:30. So anyways, years go by. This is like years, okay? Years of him like talking to me, like, how are you? Oh, how's this? How's that? You just, what is it? Come here. I think she wants to go because she smelled somebody out there. So, I'm trying to think. Okay, so there was one incident. Come here. Vente. What happened? There was one incident that happened, right, where Eric calls me and he's like, man, I almost beat the shit out of A because he came up to me and they would like check his cell all the time. They would go and check his cell. They would talk shit to him. A would talk shit to him. And then A at one point got like a little, we would call it mini-me because he looked, okay, so the youngster looked just like A. What was his name? P. Something with the P. And I think it was with a P. With a P. Come here, Luna. I know you just want to go mess around. Give me 5 more minutes. 10 minutes. And then we could go. So we would be like, oh, mini-me. Right? So there was that guy added to the mix. And then there was another guy that I'm like, bro, you look like you was in the military because you just look like it. Like a white guy just looked like it. And he was a bitch too. Because I'm like, y'all probably hanging out together and shit. So around this time, these two were like the bad, mean dudes, whatever. So Eric calls me. He's like, I almost beat the shit out of him because he literally called me out. he said, you know, like they were like trying to get him to like, oh, what the fuck? Come here, please, ma'am. Come here. What is it? Okay, hold on. Remember? I didn't remember at the time. And so that happened. And then, so here comes like, right before we left, like the year before he got transferred out, this was probably, I don't remember, but I know it was like during the holidays, like it was November for sure, or either right before Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving week or somewhere in Thanksgiving. And I went to visit. I don't remember if Susan had went. I don't remember if she went. But I'm like, if the bitch would have been there, she probably would have got strip searched too. So, oh, she was not there because her ass got kicked out. Her ass got kicked out because that shit was funny. Like, she had gotten in trouble. She got her visits like literally terminated for like ever. And actually they were like for a year. Like she couldn't visit for a whole ass year like again. And because her ass had just gotten strip searched like when she got kicked out. So here I go now, my turn. And I go to visit, like I was normal, it was fine, whatever. And mind you, every day I showed up, I was like, they're gonna strip search me. And so this time I go and I'm like chilling. My friend A comes out the woodworks with the one with the military tattoos, and then they call me. So the way that it's set up there, it's like here here pretend here's like the office area, whatever you want to call it, right here. And then you put your IDs right here, and then they'll like computers right here. Behind there, it's like offices, like some rooms. Over here is like where everybody sits that's waiting, right? I'm like there standing because I would never sit. I would just stand there like against the wall, like I'm so cool. And he goes, Mr. A comes out and he's like, hey, Aguirre, come here. Usually he has done this a million times. Like he's called me over to walk over to him to tell me some bullshit, right? So he calls me over and he's like, come here. And I was like, oh shit. So then the sergeant, the visiting sergeant, I knew him. I knew everybody that was there. He looks at me and he's like, and I was like, mm-mm. So he calls me to the back room, right? And he sits down in his little office chair and I'm sitting there and I was like, what happened? And he was like, so I forgot what the fuck he said. He said some bullshit to me. And I was like, what? So he's like, yeah, so he said some bullshit. I don't remember because he wasn't straight up. Like I was like, just tell me, like, what is it? Like what is it? And I think he said something like, oh, you're gonna have to get like strip searched because of you have to get strip searched. And I was like, for what? And he was like, oh, because like do you approve or do you decline or whatever? And I was like, but for what though? And he was like, mind you, around that time hella people were getting strip searched. Like I had heard like so many people were getting strip searched, and then I would see like a bunch of people going across the street, and I'm like, it's getting crazy. I didn't think I was gonna be me anytime soon. And so I told him straight up, I was like, just fucking tell me. Like, I don't understand. Like, you're supposed to tell me, like, why? And, like, what's the reason? And so then he's like, well, we got a tip that you are bringing stuff in for Mr. Aguirre today. So, and I was like, who? Who told you this fucking lie? And he was like, you know, we just got a tip, like multiple people have said. And I was like, all right. I was like, well, are they getting strip search? Are they getting visits? Because I don't understand why the fuck I'm in here. I'm like, you should be checking all the motherfucking bitches out there and not me. And he was like, well, you know, your name was brought up. And I was like, they don't fucking know me. And so I was already like mad because then he started saying shit like, he started saying things like, well, you really know how to pick them, huh? And I was like, yes, I fucking do. And he was like, yeah, you do. And I was like, yes, I do. So... And I was like, clearly you too comfortable talking to me, huh? All of a sudden. And he's like, why are you mad? I was like, what do you mean why I'm mad? I'm mad because, like, I'm sitting up in here. What you mean? He's like, yeah, but, like, you know, like, only guilty people are mad. I was like, first of all, don't compare me to other people. I was like, first of all, I'm like, if I was guilty, I would just sit my ass right here and be like, I did it. I'm sorry. I was like, I would just admit it. I'm like, I'm mad because you got me out here sitting on this chair talking to you when you're wasting my time when I could be in my fucking visiting. I'm like, and I bet you there's somebody out there with some shit and you'll be here talking to me. You wasting your time. I was like, that's why I'm mad, because you literally are wasting your time and you wasting my time. And he was like, okay, well, da-da-da. I was like, okay, well, can we do this? Like, can we get this going? Like, I need to go. Like, I was already hella mad at that time, at that point. And he's like, well, we're waiting on something, on somebody, a girl. And I was like, you know what? Like, you really want to strip search me so bad. Like, let's go. Like, you can strip search me. Let's go. Like, let's fucking go. Like, I was hella mad. They've never seen me like mad, obviously, because I'm never mad or annoyed or whatever. Only if they really piss me off, like, I'll go off on them. And he was like, oh, I have to wait for a female officer. And I was like, well, then tell him to hurry up, because I don't have time. Like, you're about to waste my whole time, my whole visit. He's like, oh, you really want to go and get strip searched? I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, you're the one that wants to strip search me. Like, I don't understand. You've been wanting to strip search me for so long. I'm surprised it's, you know what I mean? Like, it took you this long. And so he was just like, whatever. And I was like, and so then who came and strip searched me? It was a girl. It was a girl that was always there checking, processing people in. Her and who was the other one? Who was the other one? I think it was the two girls that processed people in. Cause then one of them was like hella mean too. She was like super rude and she never talked to nobody. If you asked her a question, she would just be like, "Go, you gotta wait outside." Or you have to talk to the sergeant. She would never talk to you. Like, she was never nice. She was never nice. Never fucking nice. And she strip searched me. She had just fucking strip searched Susan. And I was like, oh, and so I told her, I was like, oh, isn't this nice? You just saw Susan and I about to see me all the way naked, girl. And so then she was like laughing or whatever. And she's like, so mind you guys, when they fucking walked me across the street, it was the most embarrassing thing. I wasn't embarrassed. I was so mad because I was just so mad. I was like, give me the paper. Let me sign this shit. Let's go. So I signed it or whatever. Oh, because they told me, like, we're going to strip search you and we're going to search your car. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what the fuck is in my car? Because I was like, what the fuck is in my car? You know, because they'll literally find any little thing and then just like fucking get you in trouble, right? But I was like, I don't have anything in my car. Every time I go to fucking visit, I would take shit out of my car. Like, if you had scissors in there, you cannot have scissors. You cannot have a pocket knife, or you cannot have anything that it's prohibited, right? Obviously. So, sign the paper. The girls are like, let's go. Mind you guys, it was the girls. It was was it H? Did he go too? No, it was Mini-Me. And it was the other white guy. Like, they walked me over. Like, I swear to God, I was like, I'm about to go to jail or something. And then I was scared because I was like, you know, I've heard of y'all pinning shit on people, and I will literally fucking sue the shit out of you motherfuckers. You and your whole family. I'm suing the fuck out of everybody, right? So we go across the street, and I'm like, everybody's staring at me. Everybody, all the girls on the line are staring at my dumb ass. I'm like, they're probably like, it's about time they should search this bitch, right? So they go across the street and they're like, turn left, turn left. I'm like, I know where to go. I was like, I've done this before. And they're like, oh, you have? I was like, yeah. And so I was like, I know where to go. So I go into the bathroom and I was like, I've done this before. I was like, I know what to do. I know what to do. And so we did the same thing. I literally almost fell because I slipped on the fucking mirror that she put it on the floor, and I literally almost fell. She's like, oh my God, be careful. I was like, I should have failed so I could sue your asses. And I think that was his last strip search for a while. Anyways, let me finish my story. So I got strip search, whatever. She goes out and tells the guy she's clear. And they're like, so here I come out like, let's go back. Let me go into my visit, you know, like whatever. Because I was like, I don't have shit. Like, you guys are fucking stupid. You guys are fucking dumbasses. Like, you guys are dumb. So I was like, he's like, oh, you're clear? I was like, yeah, oh my God. Like, didn't I tell you? And he was like, oh. So here I go walking. I was like, all right, let's go to my car. And then he was like, what? And I was like, let's go to my car right? I was like, you holding up the time. I'm trying to get into visit. Like, I already did the strip search. Like, let's go to my car. Like, I'm ready. Like, I have my key. And I was like, let's go. And he was like, oh, we're not going to go into your car. I was like, you said we were going to go to my car. So then I caught myself and I was like, shut the fuck up, Carla. And they're like, no, it's fine. We're not going to go to your car. And I was like, whatever. So then we're walking out. Like, I had like all these people behind me. Like, I felt so cool. But then like, and so then I'm like, because there's sliding doors, so the sliding doors open, and he's like, do you want me to handcuff you so you can get your street cred? I was like, the fuck you mean street cred? I don't need no fucking street cred. I don't need you to do. Sorry, it's because I didn't have enough space. But anyways, so yeah, they walked me over. We were laughing, blah blah blah. I got back in there, and like people were staring at me, and it was embarrassing. So we went in, and then yeah, and then they were like, here's your copy of your whatever, and I was like, thank you, bye. So I went through. I went to my visit, whatever. So yeah, and then I told Eric everything that happened. He's like, what the fuck, that's crazy. I was like, yep. So that was my 2 strip searches that I had. Really dramatic the second time. It was interesting, you know. But yeah, and then after that I heard that they were not allowed to do strip searches anymore. Like they couldn't do unless they actually had like an actual evidence type of situation. That's something I heard, because they were strip searching a lot. And then I don't know if this was true, but that a male CO has strip searched like a female CO, which I don't know if that was true. I was like, I doubt it. Like, I doubt that, because they wouldn't do that unless they're really desperate. I was like, so I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me. I'm like, I would understand maybe a minor, because they cannot strip search minors. Maybe it was a minor and they strip searched her, and that's where they fucked up, you know. But after that, I didn't see squad for a while until like we left or whatever. But yeah, that was my experience. So if you have ever been strip searched because you went to visit, or because you were a target, or because of whatever the fuck they thought you was, a Chapo's fucking twin or something up in there, like, let me know. I want to know. These people get really crazy. I wonder if he's still working there. He probably still is. But yeah, you guys, so those were my 2 experiences. Let me know if you've ever been strip searched, or if you would like, you know, how did you feel? I was like, I'm fine. It didn't traumatize me in any type of way or form. Like, I was fine. Like, I was just trying to get into my visits, and that's it. But yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this damn story time, and like and subscribe. I will probably post some more. I will try to find all the other ones. I have so many, guys, so many years of freaking stories, but I will try to remember, because sometimes I'm like, that's stupid, like that was dumb, you know. Some of them were short. I will try to do them all. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, like, you guys, share it. Share your story on the comments. So yes, you guys, so thank you again. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. I can't talk. And I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully I will have a video before New Year's or Christmas. I don't know, because Christmas is literally around the corner. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.